Hey guys, how you doing? Mark Graham here, and today's vlog today is July 2nd, 2017. I want to get that out of the way 2 days before Independence Day for the Independence Day celebration for the U.S. for those of us here in the U.S. And guys, I'm super excited today about what's been going on and what I'm seeing here online right now. It just seems to be an exceptional time to go ahead and start. And usually the summer months are months that kind of slow things down. But what I'm finding here is there's so many good programs out there right now. There's so many people out there that are actually making money online that the excitement, I guess, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's carrying over, and you're not seeing the lull in activity like you once did. Maybe people are just becoming more and more familiar with the internet. I don't know. Maybe they're just becoming more comfortable with the idea of generating incomes online. But guys, I'm seeing a change here that I think is going to be it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to change things, not just for individuals like myself and other people, but it's going to change things for a lot of people. Now, with that said, just completed the 5-day boot camp, and of course it took me a lot longer than 5 days to get it all put together, but I am putting it out there right now. Right now I've got it in a format to where it's coming to you in an email, and it's going to be 5 subsequent emails each day coming with a new lesson. Now here's the deal, guys. I partook and purchased ClickFunnels. Russell Brunson's new ClickFunnels, or I don't know how new it is, a couple of years old, I think, but his ClickFunnels program, and I've got to tell you, I'm absolutely in love with that software, with that program. Russell's done a fantastic job. Russell and his team have done a fantastic job of putting this stuff together. And guys, you can literally put together sales funnels within minutes. Once you learn how to do what you're doing. And what I think I'm going to do with my 5-day my 5-day boot camp is I believe I'm going to go ahead and transfer that into some sort of membership site, or I'm going to implement it in the funnel process, the sales funnel process. And I've got to be honest with you, I think this is going to be a really big deal. And then I think that I'll deliver it that way. And what I'll do is I'll simply make sure that each section is locked until you finish the previous section. And that's probably how I'll run that. And that way you don't have to wait for 5 days. You can do it in 1 day if that's what you'd like. You can go through the entire process and see what it is that we do to generate incomes online, guys. This is just a game changer altogether, the ClickFunnels program. So I'm not an affiliate yet, but I assure you I'm probably going to jump on that ride as soon as I can. I say that I could do that today, but I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I typically don't do the affiliate programs because I do my reviews, and I always want to make sure that I'm as objective as I possibly can be, and that's one of the reasons why you haven't seen me do a review of the system that I promote. I probably am going to go ahead and do that pretty soon, and I'll just be honest with you. I probably won't be that objective about it. I'm very pro BSA, and I think that, and there's reasons for that. Mainly because I'm generating income with them, and I don't see, I don't see why I need to be objective about that, for one. But that's not true. I do understand the objectivity portion. But to be honest with you guys, a lot of these big ticket programs, they're very, very similar. I like the Business Success Alliance primarily because we've been around for 8 years. Okay, it is. It's already proven that it works, and that's one of the things that I like to do. Is I like to make sure that I hook up with proven systems. Systems where people are already generating incomes, where they've generated huge incomes before. We can always, do an upgrade or an update of our sites, the way things look. And I think, and especially in this case, it's probably time to update the BSA site. Time to put in some new testimonial type videos. So one of the things that I will probably do here within the next month, 2 months, is I'm going to start soliciting people for their testimonial videos so that we can put that on the site, and I can send that out to folks so that they can get those as well and use those for themselves and use those for their own business purposes or whatever. So, that's just one of the things that I want to be working on. But mainly with finishing this boot camp, and while I was doing this, while I was going through this process, I realized, and I always realize this, or I always come across this or confront this, is so much of this is just really about helping people. I don't even, I never thought I would be one of those people that would talk about, helping. Oh, I just want to help people. But to be honest with you, that it really is what this is about. I love the idea of people being able to come online and generate incomes. People being able to abandon the things that have not worked for them in the past, some of the traditional money-making methods, whether that's just getting a regular job in the corporate level or whatever level you're at, and not finding that satisfaction with your job, with your income, whatever it may be. And one of the reasons why I do this is because I found out a long time ago that I kind of had a knack for teaching people. I had a big knack for inspiring people. And that is the one thing that I like to do, is I really like to inspire people to go from, broke to making money, or from this idea that they can't make money online, or that it's difficult or whatever. Making money online is easy when you know how. It's not very difficult. That's one of the things that we do with the Elite Marketing Systems Group, and we combine that with our BSA program. And there's a couple of other things that I'm looking to try out here as well to add to our system, to add to the EMSG group of companies that we will work with. And I'll be doing some reviews on some of those things. But, guys, helping people is where it's at. This is how we find our own successes, is by helping other people succeed online as well. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's no bigger boost to yourself as an expert or as an authority on making money from home, that home-based business genre, than having other people come up and make testimonial videos or send in emails or whatever, commenting on your website or whatever it may be, letting other people know that what you did helped them make money too, helped them achieve their goals. I mean, whenever you have someone out there that is doing a video for you or sending something to you, recommending your products, recommending your services to others out there that are looking for that information, then there's no bigger boom to your business than something like that. It's like putting your efforts, turbocharging your efforts, putting them on, nitrous or something. I mean, it really is it's really the thing that's going to put you over the top. Whenever you have people over here that are talking about you, and so that's where we kind of all aspire to achieve those types of connections with people, those types of relationships with people. And you just have to be very genuine about what it is that you're doing. I always talk about not having an agenda. Don't have an agenda with your prospects or with your leads, because people sense these things out. They have a sixth or seventh sense about all this sort of stuff, and people can tell when you're lying. People can tell when you're not being genuine. And you need to be genuine. If you're sitting there the whole time when you're talking to a prospect, and the whole time that you're on the phone, the only thing that you're thinking about is how you're going to get them into your business. How am I going to make this sale? Guys, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to make that sale. Whenever you know how to generate tons and tons of leads, you start looking at things a little bit differently. You start a lot of times you'll sit there and I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to sit there and go, gosh, how fast can I get through this person so I can talk to the next? But that's kind of where you get, because you have so many people that are coming through the system, coming through your sales funnel, that you don't always have the time to talk to them. So, lately I've started thinking about, maybe I'm going to have to hire some people just to man the phones, or just to call back some people. Because you lose people through the cracks. But I guarantee you, if people really want something and they really want to get a hold of you, really want to get a hold of me, they're going to find a way to do it. They already know the phone numbers and the email address and whatnot that I put out there. But those that are going to be very, very persistent at getting a hold of me, obviously I'm going to be able to call them back and talk to them. And of course, we also do our live weekly training. So, a lot of people can come on there to those calls and listen to those calls and whatnot. But, this stuff really is about helping other people. So, anyway, that's that. Last week, I talked about doing the, the Digital Altitude Aspire review. Okay. Absolutely love that program. It's something that I really think that if you're serious about learning to market online, maybe you don't have a lot of experience, or maybe you do have experience, this Digital Altitude, the Aspire program, I think is probably a good program for you to check out. I have not joined it yet. I still haven't joined it yet. I know my deadline was, I believe, Friday for going ahead and signing up and moving up. And guys, the reason that I haven't done so, I get really weird about these reviews. And to be honest with you, I haven't found one yet that was, I thought was as good as this one. But I feel like, to be honest, to be intellectually honest about things, that I really can't sign up. I really can't jump in there. And maybe I eventually will, but I just feel like at this particular moment in time, it's probably best that I don't. This is a very difficult decision for me, because I think the program is that good. But I'm also after something else, and I'm after something with the Elite Marketing Systems Group. I'm trying to take it to a certain place, and maybe after I do that, then I'll move over to the Aspire program, or we'll find something else as well. So now what's next? What's the next program that I'm going to go out here and review? Well, I'm going to tell you, there's all these mailer programs, and I've been seeing a few of these mailer programs. There's Turbo Wealth, what is it called? It's Turbo Wealth Solutions or something like that. It's not the big ticket program, Turbo Wealth Solutions, but it's another Turbo Wealth Mailer or Turbo Mailer or something. And these are basically ad pieces. They're little direct mail pieces that really promote themselves, I think, more than anything else. I don't think that there's an actual big product there. It's probably more akin to a gifting type of program or something along those lines. The way that they stay legal is they do have a product. The product is the mailer itself. But here's the deal, guys. And I've always been very reluctant to jump onto these chain letter type of things, or these more simple programs. For reasons of historically, they've kind of been in the gray areas of being legal and whatnot. There's a couple of them that have been going on for quite some time now, okay? And the one that I think that I'm going to choose is the Millionaire Mailer. I believe that's what it's called, the Millionaire Mailer program. And basically what that is, I think it's a $25 level, a $50 level, a $100 level, and a $250 level. Okay, you've got 4 names of where you will send this information to, and I believe that they will send you a kit. They will send you a sales kit, and essentially that's what the money is for this sales kit for whatever level that you come in at. Obviously, if you're at the $250 level, you qualify for all the other levels as well. And what you do is you'll get your sales kit with a photocopy, a ready printed money mailer, a Millionaire Mailer. I guess it's the direct mail piece itself. And what you'll do is you'll make copies of this. They send you also 100 labels from with the system that have names that are, I believe, business opportunity buyers. I think it comes from a buyer's list. And then what you'll need to do is you'll need to go get a number 10 envelope, and you will fold your mailer in three sections, and you will stuff that envelope and you'll send it out. Now, whenever I do direct mail pieces, on the advice of Dan Kennedy, probably one of the best at direct mail, what I do is I will try and do a lot of handwritten stuff on that piece of mail. And the reason why is, Dan Kennedy talks about how people sort mail in the United States, and it's absolutely true. I do it myself. I didn't realize how much I did it until I read this or saw a video of Dan Kennedy talking about it. But I literally take my mail from the post office, from my mailbox. I walk over to my trash can and I sort it right then and there. And if it looks like junk mail, most of the time I'm throwing it in the trash. Now, because I'm an entrepreneur and I'm an opportunity seeker myself, a lot of times I'll look at those things, not always because I'm looking for a new opportunity, but a lot of times I'll look at these things just to see how they're doing things. Now, one of the things that Dan talked about is when you have a lot of handwritten, if I write somebody's address in ink on the envelope rather than putting a self-adhesive, posted sticker on there with their address and whatnot, if I do that by hand, it has a much higher chance of being opened. And so what you want to do is you want to have as many of those envelopes opened as possible. Now, it's kind of time-consuming, obviously, to handwrite everything on the envelope. So, but there are some things that I'm going to do. I'll probably hire some kids to go ahead and do some yellow Post-it notes and say something on, we'll write something on there like, this really works. Check this out, whatever it is, and I'll put that Post-it note on the inside of the envelope. Okay, of course, people have to open it. So I may also have those kids hand do the envelopes. And what I'll probably do too, even though that they send out 100 of these labels that I can put on the envelopes, I'll probably go ahead and purchase another 1,000 or 2,000 names from Info USA or somebody like that, looking for opportunity buyers, and that's what I'll probably do. And I'm just kind of going through this process right now. I'm really just kind of thinking about it and throwing some things out, in this video. But what I'll do is I'll these are the things that I'll do to really give it a good test. I like to do at least 1,000 or more of something, whether it's postcards or whatever. This is not postcards. This goes in an envelope. You send it out. And remember, direct mail can be expensive, but let me go through the system again because I kind of stopped short there. But you have a $25 level, a $50 level, $100 level, and a $250 level. Now, what you're going to do is, and you're going to have, in your mailer, you're going to have a list of 4 names that you're going to send that money to all those folks. And once they receive that money, they're going to let somebody that's doing the control, this is a controlled program, they're going to let somebody that's doing the control know that the money has been sent, that they've received it, and then they'll send out your kit, your sales kit. Now, I don't know how long this takes, and I'm about to send off a text message to one of the participants in the group, the participant that I'm going to join up under, and I'm going to go ahead and send a text message to them, asking some of these questions. How long is it going to take? Is there a preferred vendor that they use for the names, and you know, and ask any questions that anybody else would ask. You know, how well is this working for you? And of course, I see her videos online quite a bit, so she's apparently doing well. And that's all we can really do. We can go based on what other people are saying. Now, and what I will do is, like always, I'll be as transparent as possible. I will make videos every section, every step of the way, so that you can see the entire process, start to finish. And then we'll give this, because it's direct mail, we're going to give this probably 30 days to 45 days to see how it responds, to see how things work. I'll keep up with all the costs, and I'll let you know how that works. And we'll go out there, and we will put it out there, and then I'll put that information out there. Now, understand this. If this thing works, okay, if we start receiving $25 commissions or whatever, or $50, or $100, or even $250, whatever it is, we start receiving those checks. Okay, as always, I will put those checks into an account so that they can go into more advertising and whatnot. But what I will do is I will make sure that I keep up with all of that information, and we'll see what the costs, what our return on our investment, on our advertising investment is going to be. For this, I will budget. I'm probably going to go ahead and do the $250 level. That way I'm qualified at all levels. And so that'll cost $1,000. It's four checks for $250, and our money orders or whatever it is that we're going to be using. And then I will buy the stamps. And of course, I said I would do $1,000, so that's another $400. So that's $1,400, and some envelopes, some loose ends. You know, it's probably going to cost me about $1,700 to get this thing off the ground and going the way that I want it to. And of course, then I will send some traffic to my site, because I'll go ahead and create a site with the ClickFunnels program, because, you know, it's easy to do. And then we will, let's see, what else will we do from that point in time? I'll get the mail out there. I'll send everything out in the mail, and I'll probably split it up into two different mailings. I'll send out you know, the first 100. I said two different. I'll probably do three different. I'll send out the first 100 that comes with the program. I'll do one that is handwritten. I'll do 500 that are handwritten. So I'll have a couple of kids, you know, fill out 100 envelopes or whatever. And so I'll have, I guess, 5 kids. And then I will do another 500 just by the peel-on stickers, the you know, just the regular stickers, address labels. I'll put those labels on those forms and send those out. So let's see, that's going to be that'll actually be 1,100 people that I'm sending out to. That is what is that? $440, I think. So $1,440. I'll probably pay the kids, you know, about $100. So 15, 16, yeah, about $1,700 altogether before it's all said and done. And within that 45 days, we'll see what kind of results we generate. So, you know, keep your fingers crossed. If this thing works, if we actually have a good turnout there, this could be something that we could implement for people that, you know, don't necessarily have you know, $2,000 or $3,500 to get going, you know, because really, in reality, you could go at the $25 level. You could stick with 100 labels. Although I would still probably do 1,000. So even at $25, but let's just say you did. Let's just say you did a couple of hundred. You sent out a couple of hundred. So you got an extra 100 names, and you send all that out, you know, an extra $40. So let's say you're out of pocket about $300. Okay, so if you can get into some sort of business like this, where you're going to start seeing some residual income, you're going to start seeing some passive income come along your ways, and it costs you $300 to $500, guys, you know, it's something to check out. And see, that's the deal with big ticket sales. I know that a lot of people out there are always complaining about the income or whatnot, the cost of entry. But guys, I'm telling you, save your money and get involved with a big ticket program. It's the best way to generate income very quickly, and a very significant amount of income as well. But if you want to get started today with a program like this, let me go through this process. Let me check it out and see how well it works. And if it works, I'm obviously going to let you know. If it's a big bomb, big dud, then I'm going to let you know that as well. So I'm pretty excited about that. I want to see how that works out. If it works out, we're going to add that to our repertoire, and we're going to go on to the next things. But as always, it will be a transparent test and review, and I'll make sure that I post everything here so that you can see it. And guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. Happy Independence Day for those of you in the U.S. And I don't know how it is where you are in the part of the world that you are right now, but I'm sitting here. I'm looking out my office when I just can't help it. I've got my desk right in front of my window here. And I'm sitting here and looking at, I live in Texas, but right now my grass is really green. I've got some things blooming out there, and, I've got some flowers, got some color going on. Pretty happy about what I'm seeing here. So, anyway, as dorky as I am, that's what I'm sitting here doing. If you see me looking out the window, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking at all this stuff, looking at the birds and looking at some different animals running around. Live out in the country, so every once in a while I see some really cool animals. See some coyotes all the time coming through the yard, or I saw a little doe the other day, or a little yearling deer, little fawn come through the yard the other day. It was pretty neat. And so I always see stuff out here in front of the house and whatnot out in the country. And guys, the opportunity and opportunities that I've had to live the kind of life that I want to, living out in the country the way that I do, and generate the income that I want to do, or I need to have to live this lifestyle. My house is not huge, but I live in about a 3,000 square foot home, and I have about 2.5 acres. And, I just really like this lifestyle. I just absolutely love it. Guys, you can have something like that too. And if you're really interested in seeing what it takes and seeing what it is that you have to do to live this type of a lifestyle, guys, very simple. Go to elitemarketingsystems.org, elitemarketingsystems.org. Go ahead and fill out the form for our 5-day boot camp. Check out that free boot camp now that it's online, now that it's going strong. And I do have quite a few subscribers already, and I haven't even marketed it yet, but go ahead and check that out. And guys, have a great week, and I will see you at the top. Take care. Have a great day.